You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rants for Black and White Sports. We're going to talk about Joe Biden again. That's right. Earlier I released a video where Joe Biden come out and he said it was a huge mistake for the Texas Rangers to allow 100% capacity at their opening day. And of course, in Texas, we're 100% open, full steam ahead against the Kung Flu. Well, it seems that Biden wasn't done running his mouth irresponsibly, it seems. Very quickly, make sure you check out blackandwhitenetwork.com. We will have exclusive videos over there, live streams, and hangouts for members. Members, join up and help us secede away from big tech. Also, grab this Black and White Network shirt out of the merch store. Give you 15% off. Promo code Gina Rocks, all one word. Okay, Biden wasn't done running his mouth, wasn't, involving the MLB. This time against the Georgia election law that was just passed by Republicans to possibly prevent some of the issues that may or may not have crept up over the past few months. YouTube. Biden says he'd strongly support MLB moving the All-Star game out of Atlanta over the Georgia election law. Good Lord. Now, to give you some context, the other day I did a video and the executive director of the MLB PA came out and said that he is being contacted by players and there is serious discussion to them moving the All-Star game out of Atlanta. Number one, does the MLB really need to alienate any more of its audience? Number two, are these people so ignorant not to realize that the great majority of the MLB fan base is in fact conservative? Do you know anybody that's not conservative that's an MLB fan? I don't. All of the liberals that I know that I'm friends with, and I'm being real, absolutely hate baseball. They hate baseball. So I'm not really sure if this is, once again, one of those angles where the business doesn't understand its demographic. I don't know. I do know that baseball pulled way out of their woke approach very, very quickly last year, while the NBA steadfast in their destruction of their league. The MLB, after about 3 days, decided they wanted none of it. Let's take a look at this article, and this is from Fox News. Fox News, by way of a ESPN interview, by the way. President Biden expressed support for the idea that the MLB All-Star Game move out of Atlanta in response to the new Georgia election law that has sparked fierce backlash among liberals. Good hell. During the interview with ESPN, Biden was asked about comments made by Tony Clark, executive director of the MLB PA, and to look forward in discussing moving the July 13th game out of the Georgia's capital as form of an economic punishment to the GOP-backed election reform legislation recently signed into law. Quote, I think that today's professional athletes are acting incredibly responsibly. Really? We need more people that don't know what the hell they're talking about trying to discuss politics? No, we don't, Joseph Biden. No, we don't. I would strongly support them doing just that. People look at them. They're leaders. Look at what's happened with the NBA as well. He literally uses the NBA as an example. Good God. He truly is sleepy Joe Biden. He's asleep at the wheel. Look at what's happened across the board. Yeah, the NBA has destroyed its business and its viewership is down 70%. That's real good. The people who've been victimized the most are the people who are the leaders in these various sports, and it's just not right. Biden reiterated his attack on the Georgia reform bill and called it Jim Crow on steroids. Oh, somewhere Robert Byrd is really mad at you, Joe Biden. Quote, imagine passing a law saying you cannot provide food or water for someone standing in line to vote. Can't do that. Come on. What election lines are you people standing in that you are eating food, that you're eating Taco Bell, and drinking a Coca-Cola? I have missed these election lines, I guess. Are you going to close a polling place at 5 o'clock when working people are just getting off? This is all about working folks and ordinary folks. By the way, the Washington Post, Glenn Klessler, absolutely fact-checked the living hell out of Joe Biden bringing up this 5 o'clock thing because he's done it multiple times, and it is an out-and-out falsity. The polls are going to be open 7-7 in Georgia. All of this because people do not want to have to present adequate ID for an election, and somehow that's affecting somebody's skin color. It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. What you're saying is you don't want people to take enough responsibility to step out there and go get a proper ID in order to vote. There's nothing wrong with having a proper ID. Nothing wrong with it. In some cases, I think in order to get one of the shots, you have to present proper ID. Is that not right? The point being is, as a responsible citizen in the country, I don't understand how having a proper ID influences skin color. I still can't understand that. I don't understand how this election law is racist. The Washington Post has completely debunked the 5 o'clock closing thing. The Washington Post, which is a liberal, which can be a liberal biased media source, has fact-checked him on this multiple times now. They gave him what they call the For Pinocchio Award. So, again, Joe Biden is running his mouth about things that are not accurate. Not accurate. Now, to the MLB, to people in sports, look, responsible, educated voters are not listening to sports figures when making political decisions. If you need to listen to LeBron James or anybody in the MLB to decide who to vote for, you are not doing nearly enough research on who to vote for or your candidates to vote for in order to make a good educated decision on who to vote for. Joe Biden, right? So, if I was the MLB, I'd highly, highly recommend staying out of this. Stay out of the political fray on this. I said the other day, it's my belief, I'm not sure the MLB players themselves are nearly as up in arms as their executive director, Tony Clark, would lead you to believe. I don't know that the players are throwing a fit or they're blowing his phone up. I'm pretty sure, I'm fairly confident that Tony Clark is a loony lefty and he doesn't like the law, okay? It's a personal issue, I believe. And once again, they're making terrible decisions. Look, the MLB All-Star Game, the ratings on this thing have been dropping for a while. The last thing MLB needs to do is become more political, and they certainly don't need to co-sign anything Joe Biden does or says, because they can completely tank their brand. A lot of people don't realize on a national level, MLB TV ratings have not been good. On a regional level, the MLB ratings are good. If you're an Orioles fan, yeah, in Baltimore, the ratings are good. Everywhere else, they're straight trash, okay? It's not the national sport it used to be, and in large part, it's because of things like this. Things like this. These athletes getting involved with politics and running their mouth like Joe. Look, when your example is your president running his mouth about a law that he doesn't even have the specifics correct on, and these athletes are deferring to him and endorsing him, yeah, you're right. You're going to tank your brand if your athletes start co-signing this jackass. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.